Hey, what's up everyone, Same Time Gaming here. Welcome back from the Division 2 weekly vendor reset. Well guys, the maintenance timer is out here. I have about 27 minutes. I gotta beat that timer to make this weekly vendor reset. So I'm gonna go real quick, and feel free to mute me, and I will be linking every single vendors in the description, like a timestamp. And also if there's something good on sale, I will be pinning a comment so you can check that out like that. So let's just get rid of this vendor real quick. So the first named item we have here is the lightning rod, which is the named pistol. You can see perfect salvage talent, 13.7 pistol damage, 7.1 reload speed. The M1928 SMG, it's a pretty underrated SMG. I would definitely recommend you guys to try this, and I would actually gonna buy it. Let's see. Yeah, so we got maxed out SMG damage. Crit chance is low, which we can optimize, which is good because optimization station is getting a huge nerf, or should I say buff? I don't know, but yeah, it is what it is. So we got measured talent here. Military G36 assault rifle with ignited, 5% damage to armor, 16% health damage, and 9.8% assault rifle damage. A custom PF45 pistol with 10.8% pistol damage, 7% health damage. Strained is the talent. A Richter and Kaiser backpack with skills here, 7.4% of headshot damage, 8.7% status effect, and leadership is the talent. A 511 tactical chest piece, 127,000, 530 armor, 4,029 armor regen, and 7.5% explosive resistance with empathic resolve talent. An offensive protocol critical mod, which is 10.1% of crit damage. Drone mod, which is 6.4% deflect duration. A turret mod, which is +1 mortar ammo. A sticky launcher mod, which is 6.2% duration. So that's it for the White House vendor. Alright guys, we're here at the clans vendor. So the named item we have is a Tabula Rasa LMG, which comes with the talent perfectly steady-handed. We got 9% accuracy, 9% damage to target out of cover, 11.9% of LMG damage. Why this is not just 9? Then that will be nice. Then we have Eclipse Protocol Gloves, skill tier, 8.1% of skill damage. A Negotiated Dilemma backpack with maxed out crit chance, 8.8% of weapon damage. So if you're making a Negotiated Dilemma build, you definitely need a backpack because you get that extra damage. I always recommend you to use the backpack. Next we have the Future Initiative gloves, mask with 7.6% of skill damage, a M700 carbon marksman rifle with 11.3% marksman rifle damage, 99% of headshot damage, 17.5% of optimal range, and lucky shot is the talent. The tactical AUG AUG SMG, is it the SMG version? Yeah, it's the okay. So 13.5% of SMG damage, 16% of crit chance, 9% of headshot damage, and perpetuation is the talent. The military MK46 LMG with 11.5% LMG damage, 10% damage to target out of cover, 8% of magazine size. Frenzy is the talent. It's a very decent one with all the stats and everything. You can change this to damage to armor and give it a go, actually. Next, we have the Group of Samurai holster with 10.9% of weapon damage, 9.3% of headshot damage, 16.3% repair skill. The military RPK LMG with 12.5% LMG damage, 9% damage to target out of cover, 7.5% crit chance, and perpetuation is the talent. A Group of Samurai knee pads with maxed out weapon handling. So if you're new, you can definitely buy and extract the talent here. Then we have 4.9 crit chance and 9.9 weapon damage. A Golden Gear backpack with 127,530 armor, 10.3% of skill haste, 7.5% explosive resistance, and Bloodsucker is the talent. A Defensive Protocol stamina mod, which is 8.8% bleed resistance. Firearms mod, offensive system mod, which is 8.3% of headshot damage, an offensive system firearms mod, which is 10.5% crit damage, a drone mod, which is 6.6% of armor repair. So that's it for the clans vendor. Alright guys, we're here at the tier settlement. So the named item we have here is the Surge Rifle, which comes with perfect spike talent, 6.5% crit chance, 12% of crit damage, 10.2% of rifle damage. Then we have the Marine Super 90 shotgun, which is 11% of shotgun damage, 9% of damage to armor, 8.8% reload speed, and reformation is the talent. The M1A CQB rifle, 9.1% of rifle damage, 12.0% of crit damage, 5% of damage to armor, ignited is the talent. The Ultimate Ornaments gloves with +1 skill tier, 7.6% of headshot damage, 6% of weapon handling, and Orialdi Holdings knee pads with 11.6% of weapon damage, 8.8% of status effects, 7% of explosive resistance, a Defensive Protocol resilience mod, which is 8.5% of burn resistance, Seeker Mind mod, which is 5.8% of healing, a Shield mod, which is 4.1% of deflected damage, a Firefly mod, which is 6% of skill haste, a Decoy mod, which is 6% of health. So that's it for the theater. Alright guys, we're here at the campus settlement. So the named item we have here is the Quite Roar LMG, which comes with the perfect overwhelm talent. We have 8.1% of stability, 9% of damage to target out of cover, and 10.1% of LMG damage. The surplus SVD rifle with ranger talent, 5% damage to armor, 86% of headshot damage, 13.8% of marksman rifle damage. Then we have the military M60E4 LMG with 10.4% of LMG damage, 9% damage to target out of cover, 12% of swap speed and optimist talent. The 511 tactical mask with 115,448 armor, 8.4% of hazard protection, 9.9% of crit damage. The ultimate ornaments holster was +1 skill tier, 16.6% repair skill, 7.6% of headshot damage. Then we have a utility system mod, which is 10% of skill haste, a chem launcher mod, which is 7.4% of ensnare duration, a hive mod, which is 4.2% of duration, pulse mod, which is 8.7% of effect duration, and a trap charge mod, which is 4.1% of duration. So that's it for the campus settlement. Alright guys, we're here at the Dark Zone East vendor. So the named item we have here is the Darkness with perfect eyeless with 5% of damage to armor, 93% headshot damage, 11.6% of marksman rifle damage. The covered SRS marksman rifle with 10.6% of marksman rifle damage, 91% of headshot damage, 9% magazine size and strain talent. The MG5 LMG with 10.8% LMG damage, 9% damage to target out of cover, 12.3% of swap speed and perpetuation talent. The vendor this week likes perpetuation talent. There's so many of them. Then we have the Hunter Fury mask with 9.1% of weapon damage, 16.6% repair skill, a future initiative holster skills here, 8.2% status effect, a Fenris group mask with 8% weapon damage, 5.8% crit chance and 13.7 repair skill, a budget of holster with 117,798 armor, 3,824 armor regen, 7.4% of explosive resistance, a utility system mod, which is 8.5 skill duration, a chem launcher mod, which is 6.3% of burn strength. I always recommend you to guys buy this if you don't have a better one. In your fire starter, if you are running damage mod, that's bad. You should run burn strength. This way you will have more damage on your fire starter. And then we have the hive mod, which is +4 steam charges, and a pulse mod, which is 14.7% of health, and trap charge mod, which is 5.8% of shock radius. So that's it for DZE. Alright guys, we're here at the DZ South vendor. So the named item we have is a Matador, which is the perfect adrenaline rush talent. We have 8.2% weapon damage, almost maxed out crit chance here, 5.9 and 7.5 status effect. If you don't own one, if you're looking for one, if you haven't found it yet, you should definitely pick it up. It's a pretty nice backpack, the adrenaline rush, perfect version of it. Plus it's a Walker Harris piece, so you get 5% weapon damage. If you have two of them, you get 5% damage to armor. So you can change the status effect to crit damage and then later on max out the weapon damage after the update. Next we have the AUG A3 Para, is the assault rifle, right? Or is the SMG again? Okay, 10.2% of SMG damage, 14% of crit chance, and 3.6% of rate of fire. And perfect, future perfect is the talent. Then we have a CTA-21 assault rifle with 11.8% assault rifle damage, 13.5% of health damage, 9% of headshot damage, and vindictive talent. The PX Storm Type T pistol with 11.2% pistol damage, 6.5% of health damage, and Spike is the talent. A True Patriot backpack with 132,080 armor and 3,560 armor regen. A hardwire chest piece skills here, 10.3% of skill haste. A Y1-way backpack with galvanized talent, 9.7% skill haste, and 8.3% of status effect. This actually has all the stats you would need. It's low, you can max it out later, but it has status effect and skill haste. You got galvanized here. So if you want to use this talent, you can on like a skill build or something. You can actually go for this backpack. Yeah, it's a pretty good one. Or you can change it to Creeping Death maybe, yeah. And then we have a Yalgir chest piece with 9.5% hazard protection, 9.5% status effect, and reassign talent with only 51,132 armor. If this was maxed out and the talent was different, like Intimidate or something, this would have been a really good chest piece. And then we have offensive system firearms mod, which is 7.3% of headshot damage, a drone mod, which is 6.5% of deflect duration, a turret mod, which is 6.1% of skill haste, a sticky bomb mod, which is 6.2% of damage. So that's it for DZ South. Alright guys, we're here in the Dark Zone West vendor. So the named item we have is the Virginian Rifle. Nice. I was actually looking for this because I don't own one. It's a Dark Zone exclusive, and I wanted to have this to make a build video for you guys. Yeah, I'm actually working on something, so I would definitely pick this one up. This has rate of fire here, which we can change to damage to target out of cover or damage to armor, whatever you like. This has the perfect boomerang talent, so you have 75% chance of getting that bullet back, which is awesome, because I've been using a normal 1886 with boomerang talent. I want this. I would definitely gonna pick this one up. I don't have any credit right now, but I will. Next, we have the tactical SASG 12K shotgun with 12.9% of shotgun damage, 9% of damage to armor, 5% of health damage, preservation talent. A Seek 716 rifle with 11.3% rifle damage, 13% of crit damage, 12.6% of swap speed, and breadbasket is the talent. Negotiate dilemma gloves with 10.8% of weapon damage, 4.5% of crit chance, an ongoing directive knee pads with 9.1% of weapon damage, 4.8% of crit chance, a Bellstone armory gloves with 94,348 armor, 8% of hazard protection, 10.9% of skill haste, a 511 tactical knee pads with 112,715 armor with 7.5% explosive resistance, 15.5% repair skill, a defensive protocol stamina mod which is 8.4% shock resistance, a seeker mind mod which is 4.2% damage, a shield mod which is 4.2% of deflected damage, a firefly mod which is +1 max target, a decoy mod which is 6% of duration. That's it for DZ West. Let's go to New York. All right, guys, we're here at New York at Heaven Settlement, so let's see what Roy Benitez has. So we got a FAMAS 2010 assault rifle with perpetuation talent. What is wrong with the vendor this week? They all using perpetuation talent so much. 4.3% of rate of fire with 12% health damage and 8.9 assault rifle damage. Seriously, what? Okay, then we have the custom M44 marksman rifle with 10.8% of marksman rifle damage, 95% headshot damage, 8% of crit damage, and naked is the talent. The M870 Express shotgun with 13.1% of shotgun damage, 6% of damage to armor, 11.9% of swap speed, and spike is the talent. 93R pistol with 10.6% pistol damage, 12.2% swap speed, and in-sync talent. A golden gear chest piece with 112,217 armor, 9.4% status effect, 15.4% repair skill, and empathic resolve is the talent. A Providence defense gloves with 10.2% weapon damage, 6.9% of headshot damage, and 9.9% of crit damage. A Providence defense mask with 10.2% weapon damage, 8.2% of status effects, and nice headshot damage. Then we have the utility system mod, which is 10.1% of skill haste, a defensive protocol stamina mod, which is 8.5% of bleed resistance, a shield mod, which is 4.1% shield health, Hive mod, which is +1 steam charges, a trap mod, which is 4.2% of duration. So yeah, that's it for Roy Benitez. Alright guys, we're here at the final vendor, so let's take a look. We have the AUG A3 CQC assault rifle variant. Nice. So finally, we have 10.1% of assault rifle damage, 15% health damage, 5% damage to armor, close-in personal talent, a custom L86A2 LMG with 11.5% LMG damage, 9% damage to target out of cover, 5% damage to armor. Frenzy is the talent. Wow, that's actually what you would want on an LMG, to be honest. But the RPM is kind of low, but you can use it on a striker build to increase the RPM. And Frenzy is, of course, going to increase the RPM. You should give it a try, this LMG, yeah? Then we have the tactical SASG 12K shotgun with 10.4% shotgun damage, 8% damage to armor, 3.5% rate of fire, and killer is the talent. The tactical M1911 pistol with 10.4% of pistol damage, 7% of damage to target out of cover, in sync is the talent. A Douglas and Harding chest piece with brace talent, 10.5% of weapon damage, 4.7% crit chance, 7.1% headshot damage. A golden gear gloves with 120,208 armor, 4.4% of crit chance, 7.2% headshot damage. A Badger Tough holster with 103,495 armor, 14,370 health, 4,255 armor regen. Offensive system mod, which is 9.9% of critical hit damage. A defensive protocol resilience mod, which is 8.6% of burn resistance. A shield mod, which is 4.3% holster regeneration. A pulse mod, which is 14.7% health. And finally, we have a decoy mod, which is 5.5% of duration. So as you can see, guys, this was the weekly vendor, and I started with 27 minutes, but now we have like 9 minutes. So that's why I was actually rushing. So if you feel the video is a bit too rushed and I was talking too fast, apologies for that. You can, like I said, mute me and look at the individual vendors in the timestamp on the description. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't think anything is worth buying. I would definitely going to buy the Virginian Rifle though, but yeah, that's the only thing I would say it's decent enough. So that's pretty much it for the video, and I will see you guys after the update into TU12.1. So till then, peace.